Good afternoon. So I'm here with my Umarex Marlin. It's an underlever springer. Very similar to the Daisy Red Rider. Yeah, this has got a plastic stock and full grip instead of wooden, and it's slightly longer. But the basic mechanics are very similar. Now the downside of this one, and I have shot the Red Rider, and my friend's got one, and it shoots really nice and straight. And the sight picture is actually better, to be fair. But the Marlin, or my Marlin, shoots actually to the right. So this is where it was, shooting over here, and I tried to compensate and I sort of bought it sort of centrally, but there's no physical way of giving you any windage on this because you've got a solid weld here. On the Crosmans you've got a screw there that's going to adjust the angle, which actually does work very well. That's on the 1077, but unfortunately on this, no chance. So what I did, I thought, oh, I'll make a new peep sight. Yeah. Now the peep sight on the original is 4mm. It's very big. So the sight picture there's a lot of variation in it. So what I thought, I'd reduce it to 2mm. So what I did, I don't know if you can see this, but there's two nylon washers, and I've bonded them together with a dab of super glue. And what I've got a smaller one in front, that's the 2mm, and the 3mm behind it, and then I've attached the actual 2mm, so you can see it from that angle there. See, and then I've had just a tiny pinprick of super glue, and it's offset. So I've offset that peep sight to the left of the actual original, which means it now shoots reasonably straight. So what have I ever achieved? Well, this was freestanding at 10 yards, and yeah, you do always get a few flies with this, but there's three here that are a little wide of the mark, but the rest are all around here, and there's a couple of higher ones, and that's just getting the foresight in the right position in the peep sight. But they're shooting nice and vertical now, and they are actually grouping nice and central. That's freestanding at 10 yards, which ain't bad for a BB shooter. It's easily going to be a tin can blinker now, because now you won't have to compensate so much if you're shooting out, say, 15 yards or 15 meters, because this will now shoot relatively straight. So what did I use? I bought some cheap nylon washers off Amazon, and what I used this one here. That's the size of the peep sight. It's an M2, and that one there. And what I did, I bonded the smaller one to the bigger one offset, so the centre holes go through together, and then I bonded the 3mm one onto the actual original sight. Yeah, and used to do it little like pinprick. All I used was literally a pin. Yeah, a little dab. You don't want to overdo it, because this is a gel, by the way, which made it a bit easier. It's not runny, so it's a gel, which does help. So yeah, use a Loctite gel, because it'll just sit there and it won't run over the whole sight. So what you end up with is basically that, and you can see from that image there that it is offset. Okay, so the hole you see there is the 2mm one, and now you get a really nice sight picture through that, but it's moved the impact point over to the left, so it's hitting more or less centre. You can adjust the elevation, but the elevation on that sight is now set up for a 10 yards freestanding. So I hope you like a little tip. It'll certainly come in handy if you've got one of these and it's shooting a long way to the left or to the right. Remember, if it's shooting to the right, you need to put that extra dot, the extra peep sight to the left of the actual original, and vice versa. Okay, if you put it on the right, you'll shoot further and further to the right. Okay, so that's what you've got to do. So you see there, that is on the actual, it's been put on the actual left hand side. If you put it that way around, that's the left hand side of the actual rear sight. Okay, so there you go. That's this weekend's video. It's only a short one. So have a great weekend. Take care, and thanks for watching.